Hello, Kelsey Taylor here. Now, I'm going to be talking about reviewing all the Toy Story movies, including the Lightyear film. I'm going to review, as you can see, I have here, finally, all the Toy Story films. I had part 3 for the longest time, and in the past year, I got the others. I got Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4, the new one. And I just saw Lightyear tonight because it's the last night it's playing in the theater by me that I go to, because as many of you heard, Lightyear has not been doing very well theaters financially, and they're going to pull it out like pretty quickly. Now, I'm not going to go into detail into the plots of the Toy Story movies because, you know, you know all the plots to them. You probably seen them all. The first Toy Story I remember having on tape when I was a little kid. And this is the one I used to watch a lot growing up. I really love the characters of Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and others. Tom Hanks as Woody is pretty funny. Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear is a lot of fun. And of course, this is just the first CGI animated movie, as well as Pixar's first feature film that launched the animation that we know now. Like at the time when this came out, there was still a lot of hand-drawn animated movies, but nowadays there aren't that many. I believe the Bob's Burgers movie was the recent one that was kind of 2D animation for a while. But I mean, despite all that, like people saying like this film pretty much killed the hand-drawn stuff. Technology is going to progress like no matter what. But it depends if the movie's good. And this is really one of these movies that really do hold up. And Toy Story 2, I remember when I remember like seeing this when it was brand new in theaters. Of course, I didn't see the first one in theaters when it first came out, but I remember seeing when months before the third film came out, they released these movies in the 3D format, which was popular at the time. And this was my first time seeing Toy Story in the theaters. So I've seen all the Toy Story movies in theaters, even if it wasn't, especially the first one. I was like 2 years old when it came out, but I watched it on tape the most because this was at the time my favorite Toy Story film. Toy Story 2, I liked as well. I probably had it on tape when I was a little kid, I believe, but I can't remember. But I always watched the first one more. But the second one is really a lot of fun. I really like Jessie the cowgirl and all that, and the Bullseye the horse. And of course, you got the same characters in the first film that are so memorable and stuff. And by the way, I didn't spend this on a specific price for these I got this at the Goodwill, like I think months ago. So don't worry, I didn't spend a whole lot on that movie. But yeah, I really enjoyed Toy Story 2. The third one, like when the third film came out, I saw in theaters. Like it's actually my favorite Toy Story movie. Toy Story 3, which well, I'll get into the fourth one soon. I thought was the best one. It has like the most probably one of the most dramatic of climaxes, which if you have not seen Toy Story 3, I don't want to give it away, but a lot of you know what I'm talking about. It's like you really thought this was it. And luckily enough, it does have a happy ending. And yeah, and the late Ned Beatty doing the voice of the teddy bear, Lotso hugging bear. It's been years since I watched Toy Story 3, but it's always been my absolute favorite. Definitely takes me back to why I liked the first Toy Story movie as a kid. And I'm always love this one. Now Toy Story 4, it's not really necessarily needed, but it's still like the last Pixar film I saw in theaters until I saw Lightyear, just like I said this evening. I haven't watched it since it came out in theaters, so I barely remember, but I did like this Forky character. I think that was the one who kind of stole the show for me. But I felt like a lot of you guys would agree that they should have stopped at Toy Story 3, because I thought it was a proper conclusion. Since then they made like a few TV specials or these Pixar shorts for, I don't know, for DVD exclusive or something, or probably they would just stick to making the shorts for Disney Plus now. But despite not really nobody demanded, I guess, I think Toy Story 4 is a fun film. But I still stand by Toy Story 3 being the best. Now, my thoughts on Lightyear I'll do really quick. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, what do you really think of Lightyear? Did you know about the gay kiss controversy that's in the film? Yes, I do know. And I can understand that part might be throw off some bit, but I'm not. This is like one of those movies I'm not going to do a full review on because I don't want to give a lot away. This movie, there's a lot of stuff I can't give away, but I actually like Lightyear, despite I think like it's like one part in the first act which has that gay kiss, and by the way, it's brief. They don't dive into it, but like at first they kind of did, but not into the kiss and stuff. It's like this one certain character got engaged, marrying this woman. Yeah, it's a woman couple, lesbian couple, but it's not dived in that much. You know, they don't dwell on it a lot. It's just brief. I can understand for some people getting like disturbed by it. I was like, I don't want to get my thoughts on that, but I was like, that kind of like almost ruined the movie for me. And then when the second act came along, that's where things got really better. And in the third act, they have the character Serg in it, which I'm not going to give away either. Like reveal who, like the reveal of Serg was kind of a bit like I don't know if I can buy that. So like despite those flaws I just mentioned, like this movie's flawed, but I actually kind of find it a lot of fun. I thought the action scenes were pretty cool. I thought it was intense. Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear, I think, did a decent job, even though I would prefer if Tim Allen came back for a bit, probably voicing one of the characters and stuff. And I think the one character who stole the show for me was Socks the Cat. I mean, and then the movie has like some few funny, it has some humor to it, some likable characters, and a few jokes that made me laugh. And Socks the Cat, who's this robotic cat, I think was the best part of the movie. And I would say, like, if you're waiting on Lightyear, the reason why you decide not to go in theaters is just to watch it on Disney Plus. This was the first Pixar film to be released in theaters in 2 years. I would say if you're waiting to watch that movie on Disney Plus, maybe you made the right choice. But Lightyear, I liked. It's not a great movie, but I definitely probably would recommend it. Like if like the gay scene is not that long. It's very brief. You might as well fast forward to it. But other than that, I would definitely recommend Lightyear. And if you haven't seen any of the Toy Story movies, you missed out on some of them, then I definitely recommend all the films. Mainly, probably the first three. The fourth one, like I said, is fine. Like, if I would rank them, well, Lightyear I'm going to have to put separate. So I'm not going to count that. I would say Toy Story 3 is my favorite, then Part 1, Part 2, and then Part 4. So, yeah, both these are really good movies. You know the plots, you know the characters, and what would, if you would ask me my favorite character in Toy Story, I think would be Slinky Dog. Or the Green Aliens, you know, the comic relief kind of characters. So that's my thoughts on the Toy Story series. Like, I wish it was a trilogy, wish this one didn't exist, but you know, if we got something that's kind of good, then it's kind of good. So why not? And I'd like to know your thoughts on these movies, and which one's your favorite Toy Story movie, and what you think of the new Lightyear film, and if that seemed to bother you in some way. But I enjoy the franchise, though. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. To infinity and beyond.